Hi, my name's Glenn. Welcome to All About Arduino. I recently got a Uno Q. I got the big one with 4 megabytes, and the setup wasn't completely smooth, so I thought I'd just create an unboxing and setup video so you can sort of have a look at what the process is going to be, so that if you decide to get one yourself, you have a bit of an idea of what to expect. Okay, so let's get stuck into it and have a quick look. Alright, so my Uno Q arrived a little while ago, and I just do this unboxing. So this is the larger model with 4 gigabytes of memory and 32 gigabytes of flash. This looks like the MCU side, the ARM Cortex side, and this looks like the power side, the Dragon Wing. So okay, so we'll set him down here, and I've already got the App Lab up and running. I did actually order a proper USB hub for it, but a porch pirate decided that they wanted to have it instead of mine. So I'm just going to use my powered USB hub. Hopefully it's got enough power. We'll plug it in and see what happens. Well, so far so good. We've got a green light and a nice little pattern. But nothing happened in the App Lab. Oh, I just heard the USB connected sound, and there we go. So obviously it just takes a little while for it to boot up and register as a USB device, which it's now done. And interestingly, it does say connect your Arduino Uno Q to start, but it's already there. This does appear to be clickable, so let's click it and see what happens. And we're doing some configuration. English, that's probably good enough. I'm going to call it all about Arduino Q. Maybe that's too long. Error setting board configuration. Connect to the board shell. Maybe I can't use an underscore. All about Arduino Q then. Okay, so it would have been nicer if it actually displayed an error message as to what the problem was. So I might have to blank things out a bit here, but I'll select my... don't know what the password is. Okay, so it looks like it's connected successfully to my Wi-Fi. Just while it's checking download stuff, I wonder if it has updated the... oh yeah, there we go, AAAQ, so it has actually updated the system name. and looks like there are a few updates. That's going to take a while, so I think I'm just going to let that chug away by itself. Okay, so it looks like there's a bit of an error update in the Docker images. Hopefully that's not going to be a problem, but we'll press on and see how it goes. Okay, so I've just got the elevation of privilege request. So I guess okay. Okay, so the App Lab closed and it reopened. Looks like the version number is the same. I'm pretty sure it was 0.5.0 before all of that, but anyway. So we just read that. So you can do all that stuff. Cool. Alrighty. Multiple boards are connected. Please select one to start. Well, I only have one. Oh, okay, so the difference is I can connect to it over the USB, or I can connect to it over the network. Since I've got it on the USB, let's choose this one and see what happens. That's going to update again. Hopefully it's fully updated by now. Anyway, we'll find out. Oh, it's getting fresh system bits. So, do I select it again? Okay, so I guess it would have been nice if it put something in the box about that. Maybe that's what's in this thing. So I didn't read it all, but that just looks like the standard declaration of conformity and warranty. Doesn't sort of mention anything about passwords that I can see. That's immediately obvious, so resort to an online search and try Arduino. So basically the same as that. Enter maybe? Maybe try rebooting it. So suddenly got the, I guess there's a bit of a delayed reaction for getting the USB device connected. You go back, maybe restart that. Okay, so it did say waiting for a board to be connected, and then it did mention that, so we'll click on this one and see what happens. So now we're being asked to set the password. So I'm just going to set it to the same thing for now. Okay. Okay, that looks more promising. So that's the setup. At least that was my experience. So I don't have any apps yet. Some examples. I can try one of these. So it looks like we have the standard blink, so I might just try clicking on that and see what it looks like. Just a bit of documentation. I do like the little heart thing that's there now. I wonder if that'll overwrite it. Anyway, we'll give it a try. I'm sure it'll be a way of recovering it. Okay, so you can read that yourself. I'll also read it later on. So I've got editor, console, run the app to start generating logs. So it looks like I can choose some run at startup, copy and edit. So I just click run, I guess. So I think this might be the LED that's blinking. I'm not sure. I know it's still uploading. So that green LED is now gone red. So maybe that is the one that's have a look at our documentation. Yeah, it just simply says watch the LED on the board toggle state every second. So there's only one LED that's doing that, and presumably that's the number, the 3 LED. So if I go to the Arduino website and look it up, there's those LEDs, and number 3 is blinking, and it says this is connected to the microcontroller, which is probably the ARM Cortex one on the back, as opposed to the Featherwing, which is what this one would be, the microprocessor. And so LED 3, well, okay, that's the one that's blinking, so I guess that's it. Oh, I'll click this stop and see what happens. Sure enough, it stopped it, and now number 2 is doing something. Okay, so one of the things I was wondering when I did this yesterday was what difference it will make if I've already uploaded this once. So I'll start by plugging him in. I just heard the device plugged in sound. There it is. Interestingly, it only has the USB option now. So I'll connect to that. If I do go to the console, so you can see we've got the wireless LAN here. It's connected. Its IP address is that. And if I try pinging that, it's definitely responding. And we'll look at that again shortly. So enough of that. So yeah, it's a bit odd. Curious that I don't see the Wi-Fi version. There must be some mechanism I have to go to detect it. But what I wanted to try is, first of all, I'll do this blink LED again. And so if I just run that, we'll first of all notice that it's not installing a whole bunch of stuff. So it does seem to go a bit faster. Alright, so when it's gone green, that seems to imply that it's actually started running the app. And sure enough, we can see the LED blinking. That's good. And just stop that. And so I think that was definitely faster than before. It still took a little while to run, but not too bad. So I think there's definitely a sort of bit of an overhead when you install the first one. And as I did mention, there is this files section here, and we can see the various bits. So that's the Arduino program. This is presumably what's running on the main microcontroller in Python, and there's some various other things. So this one's just sort of got the documentation, which is what we're looking at here. But I did actually try another one, and just for fun, this one is interesting, and I can definitely do this one with what I have at hand. So I open that one, and then run him, and it's gone green, so that sort of implies that it's running. If we look at the serial monitor, there's not much there. If we look at Python, there's some things here, and see we've got this network URL. So just as a reminder, there looks to be some matching up there. It's the same IP address, and in fact, just off screen, it opened up a browser window for me with this. And so what I can do is, I'll show you on these ones. So 3 and 4, that's these little red RGB ones down here. You can see I can turn them on through this little widget. That's the green. It's the blue. I guess I can make a red, green traffic light. And of course you can switch on different combinations of them to get different colours. I'm not sure why the blue, the blue one, that's that one. So that's a bit fun. I assume that if I connected LEDs or something to these others, then I'd see them turn on as well, but I haven't, and so obviously nothing much happens there. Yeah, so I thought that was a fun little one, and clearly it's accessible over the network. Interesting that the IP address has changed to that. I wonder what will happen if I in fact use this one. I presume Control-C will work. I'll go over here. Yeah, sure enough, that's working as well. And it didn't change. So there must be some gateway that the App Lab is providing that makes that work for me. What else? Oh, yes. So if we go back to Editor, then again, it's interesting that this is kind of not filled in. If I expand this one, then, just click that one. No. Anyway, now it's expanded. So we can see the README, which is this file. I can click on the Arduino program. So that's the Arduino program. And this basically results in some communication between the MCU and the microcontroller. So the Python and the C code here. And then we have Python. So this is the Python program. And that's presumably called as an event as response to this which looks like the web page that gets displayed. And we can see it's running this this JavaScript program, which is here, and that's presumably supporting the UI. Now, so I haven't studied it in detail, but I think that's quite a nice layout, and as you saw, it loads fairly quickly. There's a little bit of a lag the first time while it's presumably downloading, installing new stuff, which we saw in that first upload, but it seems to work quite well and not too bad in terms of the upload time. Okay, so I'll continue playing with it, and if I find anything else interesting, I'll create an update. Let me know if you have one and how you went getting it going, and whether you had sort of similar challenges like mine. Not that they seem to be terribly bad, but yeah, I'd be interested to hear how you're planning to use it, what you've done so far, if anything, and yeah, generally just your experiences. Okay, so thanks again for watching. See you next time. Alrighty, so that was just a quick one. Hopefully you got something out of it. Hopefully your setup process went a bit more smoothly than mine, or if not, hopefully the things that I did to attempt to recover helped guide you through the process. Anyway, if you did like that, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, and see you next time on All About Arduino.